आनन्दलीलामय विग्रहाय हेमाभदिव्यै छविसुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। All right. So yesterday we saw that Mahaprabhu was telling Sanatan Goswami that you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intelligence, not your false ego, but you are the spirit soul, and you are eternally part of the supreme soul, and also you are simultaneously one and different from him. Simultaneously one because qualitatively you are the same, because you are part of that supreme, and you are different from him because quantitatively, since we are the marginal energy of the Supreme Lord, therefore we are quantitatively different from him. So this was explained by Mahaprabhu to Srila Sanatan Goswami, and we discussed this. This simultaneous oneness and difference always exists in the relationship between the living entities and the Supreme Lord. From the fact that the living entities are always in the marginal position, this conception of simultaneously one and different can be understood. The living entity is just like a molecular particle of sunshine, whereas Krishna is like the blazing sun itself. Lord Chaitanya also compared the living entities to the sparks in a fire, and the Supreme Lord is the blazing fire itself. In this connection, the Lord cited a verse from the Vishnu Puran 1.22.53. Ekadesha sthitasyagner jyotsna vistarini yatha parasya brahmanah shaktis tathedam akhilam jagat. Everything manifested within this cosmic world is just but the energy of the Supreme Lord. Everything that is there manifest, everything that we see it within this cosmic world is just the energy, nothing but the energy of the Supreme Lord. As fire situated in one place spreads its illumination and heat all around, so the Lord also, although he is situated in one place in the spiritual world, Golok Dham, Golok Vrindavan, but he manifests his own energies and different energies everywhere. Indeed, the whole cosmic creation is but a manifestation of his various energies. Lord Chaitanya continued citing the Vishnu Puran from 6.7.61 that the Supreme Lord's original energy is transcendental and spiritual, and the living entities are part and parcel of that energy. There is a third energy, however, which is called the material energy. So there is spiritual energy or superior energy, there is marginal, and the third one is material energy, which is covered by the cloud of ignorance. This energy, which is material nature, is divided into the three modes or the three gunas: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Sattva, Rajo, and Tamogun. Lord Chaitanya then quoted another verse from the Vishnu Puran 1.3.2 to the effect that all the inconceivable energies, something that we cannot understand or imagine or visualize, inconceivable, beyond our understanding, all those energies, they reside in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that the whole cosmic manifestation, they act due to those energies. In fact, in Bhagavad Gita, it is also mentioned, Krishna is saying this, that the air that is there within our body, when we eat food, there is air that pushes the food down. Then when the food goes in the stomach, there has to be air. There has to be some empty space. Where an empty space means there is some air. So because of that air, the flow of the air, the digestion happens. The fire, the Jataragni, is also the energy of Krishna. This air that is there inside us, that is also energy of Krishna. And it is that air that also pushes the waste matter from our body out. That is also the energy of Krishna. This is mentioned by Krishna himself. So everything that we can see, understand, or we don't see or understand, everything is just an energy of Krishna. The Lord also said that the living entity is known as the Kshetragya. Living entity means us. So we are known as Kshetragya. Kshetra means the knower of the field of activities. Kshetra means our this body, mind, soul, intelligence, false ego, our activities. All these comprise of the Kshetra. And Agya means, or Gya means one who knows. So we are the knower of our own field of activities. Kshetragya. We don't know what is going on inside another person's body. uh, so but we only know about ourselves. That also incomplete. uh, not not complete knowledge, but still we know something about ourselves. So therefore the living entity is called the Kshetragya, or the knower of the field of activities. This is confirmed in the 13th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, where Lord Krishna describes the body as the field of activities and the living entity as the Kshetragya, who is the knower of that field. Although the living entity is constitutionally conversant with the spiritual energy or has the potency to understand it, he is covered by the material energy and consequently believes himself to be the body. This false identification is called false ego. Deluded by the false ego, the bewildered living entity in material existence passes through different bodies and suffers various kinds of miseries. The knowledge of the living entity's true position is possessed to different extents by different types of living entities. So, if we just generally see that there are so different people in different levels, different platforms with different intelligence. Some people, they don't care about whether there is a creator or not, and so there is no question of God. They don't care, only they are in their own world of ignorance. Then there are some who are like, yeah, there may be, but and there may not be, but I don't care. So they are indifferent. So another level of foolish people. Then there are some people who say we don't believe in God. Another level. Then there are some people who are like, yeah, we believe in some higher power is there. That is the level of understanding. Then there are some others who believe that, okay, if we worship the higher power, then we will be fine in this material world. Then we will, have a nice life, a peaceful life. All the dangers we will be protected. So that kind of. So this way, different kinds of entities have different levels of understanding or knowledge of their true position. uh, then there are pure devotees who understand that they are not the body, they are the soul, and their constitutional position is to constantly serve the Supreme Lord. In other words, it is to be understood that the living entity is part and parcel of the spiritual energy of the Supreme Lord. Because the material energy is inferior, man has the ability to get free from the covering of this material energy and utilize the spiritual energy. It is stated in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita that in the conditioned state, the superior energy is covered by the inferior energy. Now, here the living entities has been addressed as the superior energy because we are superior than the material energy. The material energy is the inferior energy or the external energy, but we are not internal, neither we are external. We are in between, marginal. So, anyways, we are above the external energy. But since we are in the conditioned state, therefore we are covered by the inferior energy. But if somebody takes the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, then they can easily remove that covering and they can again get reinstated in their original position. Due to this covering, the living entity is subjected to the miseries of the material world, and in proportion to how much he is covered, he suffers material miseries. So if somebody is in tamogun, they will have endless sufferings. Somebody is in rajogun, again, so based on proportionate to what the activities they are doing. If somebody is sattva gun, based on that their sufferings will be there, but it will definitely be little lesser than the rajo and the tamo, but suffering will be there nevertheless. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, those who are a little enlightened suffer less. But on the whole, everyone is subjected to material miseries due to being covered by the material energy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also quoted from the 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in which it is stated that earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and false ego, they all combine to form the inferior energy of the Supreme Lord. But so now here, what is the inferior energy or what it comprises of? That is given here. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego, all these, they are the inferior energy or the external energy. But the superior energy is the real identity of the living being, means the soul itself. That is the superior energy. And it is because of that energy that the whole material world functions. Because the soul is there within the body, therefore the body is doing various kinds of activities. As soon as the soul will leave the body, the activities of the body will stop. But the soul will again enter into a new body, again the new activities will start. But the soul will carry all the impressions, the mind, the intelligence, the false ego. Those impressions are like a aura. So the soul will carry all that to the next body. So that is called conditioning. But the superior energy is the real identity of the living being, and it is because of that energy that the whole material world functions. The cosmic manifestation, which is made of the material elements, has no power to act unless it is moved by the superior energy, the living entity. So everything will be as it is without the superior energy or the soul. So if the soul is not there, there will not be any change happening in the inferior or the material energy. Without the superior energy, there will be no function. The conditioned life of the living entity is due to forgetfulness of his relationship with the Supreme Lord in the superior energy. The conditioned life of the living entity is due to the forgetfulness of his relationship with the Supreme Lord in the superior energy. When that relationship is forgotten, the conditioned life is the result. Only when a man revives his real identity as the eternal servitor to the Lord does he become liberated. So with that, we go to chapter 4, but for some reason, we are unable to go to chapter 4. So Krishna willing. Chapter 4 is the wise man. So Krishna willing, we'll come to know about all this and whether we belong to this or not. We'll read tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रील जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल.
हरि बोल.
हरि बोल. हरि बोल.